Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Animaking 2. First of all, if you like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you very much. Now welcome back to part 7 of What If Naruto Was Ruthless with the 6 eyes and limitless technique, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episodes over the other channels if you're new. Yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Animaking family. So without further ado or wasting more time, don't forget to comment your what if ideas down in the comments. Let us begin this. Now guys, start the intro. So the last part that we left off, the world was aware that Kumo was about to demolish one individual that believed he could take all of them on. The Raikage had taken the children. Naruto gave him a day to see them marching back down, along with all of the caretakers, but against his better wishes, the Raikage decided that Naruto can go and screw himself. He manned his forces, he gathered his people. The only thing that Naruto would be receiving is death. And that was very, very clear. Naruto waited. When the day passed and no one arrived, Jiraiya opted to speak to the Raikage so that his people might survive, as Naruto was angry, extremely so. After what they witnessed between the battle, after what had happened between Orochimaru, they were able to see a fraction of Naruto's power, and it was beyond terrifying. But the Raikage would not listen. Thus it started. Naruto went after the allied villages. Naruto had villages giving up their allyship with Kumo. Village leaders begging him not to turn the entire thing into dust. Naruto went after their border. He went after their water supply. He went after their food crop. He was destroying them piece by piece. The place was falling apart. Naruto descended upon armies alone, as he did not even use the limitless between himself and them. Naruto wanted to feel the rush of the battle, because Kurama was right about something. He wanted them to know that he was no longer that same weak little child. His power was far too great for them, taking on 50 plus like it was nothing. Naruto came across Yujito once again. He spared her life last time. He warned her that it would not be the same. While that was going on, someone attacked the facility where the children were, killing all of the guards and taking the children, as the Raikage was not aware of this. Meanwhile, Naruto took on Yujito and the special unit that was there. Naruto activate. Yes, he activate his domain expansion. Naruto cursed energy, which was Kirtan, was able to cut through the tail beast chakra like it was nothing. Naruto delivered over 100 slices within a matter of seconds. He ended all of them. He grabbed her head and ripped it from her shoulders. No hesitation, no mercy. The Raikage was stunned as he heard about his elite group and the Two Tails Jinchuriki. This was bad. Really, really, really bad. How could one man be doing this? This should not be possible. They had the numbers, they had the man, they had the power. How could he be knocking them down like this? As Naruto arrived to the village, he faced the 8-tailed Jinchuriki. The Raikage intervened as both of them took Naruto on. Naruto proceeded to dive into his power. His gap was drastic between them. They could not touch him, but he could them. Naruto fired a beam that almost obliterated the 8-tails, leaving it severely wounded. He took on the Raikage blow for blow, as Naruto matched him, outpaced him, outpowered him. Everything Naruto split through his lightning cloak. Naruto demolished him, beat him and kicked him around, till the Raikage was on the verge of death. Naruto threatened to level the mountains. The Raikage had no other choice but to bring Naruto where the children were. Naruto dropped him to the ground as he made his way, but there was not a single children or caretaker in there. Naruto turned his wrath towards the man until someone spoke. As Naruto looked behind him, questioning him, "Who the hell are you?" So yeah guys, basically as per left off, you guys can switch across the place, check out for yourself, and also don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels and the what ifs. Yeah, and if you want your what if to be done by me, simply go ahead and comment on any of my latest videos. So yeah, without further ado or wasting any more time, let's begin this now guys. Things weren't supposed to go this way. He had the number. He had the strength. He had 2-tailed beasts at his disposal. He was the Raikage, bred and trained from birth to be powerful under the hand of his father. How? How did things end up like this, the Raikage thought, as he slowly picked himself up off the ground, still bloody and wounded after the one-way massacre. How could one person possess such strength? His normal state was strong enough, but after his transformation, his power seemed to reach a new height. Blow for blow, the Raikage believed that he was the strongest throughout the entire elemental nation. His speed and his strength made his strength ferocious, because his opponents would not be able to react to his blows. And he also thought he was the fastest, but he was bested. He was bested, humiliated. His village had been suffering since he started this. And now, majority of his top council members were killed. So much of his shinobis died. Yujito was dead. Yet, as he gazed up towards the individual that had his back turned to him, the Raikage was not feeling it. The overwhelming confidence that he usually possessed, the strength to know that he would be victorious, that he would always make sure that his village survived, to believe that there was an anomaly in the world like this, someone that possessed this strength. However, Naruto was not looking at him though. He looked towards the woman, her amber eyes, her blue hair. "Who are you?" said Naruto. "Who I am is not important. What I have is though." "And what's that?" said Naruto. "I know what you seek. The children and the caretakers. I have them." She watched as Naruto's eyes narrowed dangerously, but she raised a hand. "There is nothing to fear from me. I am willingly handing them over to you. I assure you, they're safe and protected," she told Naruto. Naruto looked over to his shoulder at the beaten Raikage. He stepped towards the woman, no hesitation, no fear. "Take me to them." Wings exploded from her back, formed from paper. "Follow me," she said. He could be walking into a trap, but Naruto was prepared and ready leaving the Raikage there on the ground, his pride as a man, as a leader, shattered. As the words of Jiraiya rang through his head, "You're going to regret your decision." Is that a threat, the Raikage had questioned? No, a mere statement of the future, Jiraiya said, as he had proceeded to leave. The Raikage sat there, beaten, not knowing what to do now. Meanwhile, Naruto arrived to the destination, where he saw them, gathered, safe, protected. The moment Naruto landed, the children saw him. It was chaos. They all rushed at him at once. They loved him, without a doubt, as they leaped. He crashed down to the ground as all of them was hugging the living daylights out of him. Naruto smiled for the first time since they were taken, smiling at them. The caretaker smiling as Naruto looked up towards them. They gave him a nod. They were okay. To them, he was a hero that saved them from so much. Before Naruto could turn towards the woman, he noticed her flying off into the distance. Her clothing, though. Her clothing was something he heard about, as he wondered, what exactly do they want? Flashback. Konan. The name of the woman. This was a couple months back. She arrived towards the leader, the owner of the organization known as the Akatsuki. She brought up the matter once again. She wanted him to see the topic, to understand it. They have been friends for the longest time now. They've been through so much loss, so much pain. The very name that he'd chosen to take. Gazing towards the true mastermind. His name was Nagato. He sat in a strange machine. She looked towards him. She showed him the papers. He pulled his hand out of the mechanical walkers. He gazed up towards her. This should not concern our... Just look, she said. Usually Konan was someone that followed the rules. She stayed in line, believing that he was right no matter what. However, for the past couple of months, she's been begging him to look into this. While they were here building their organization, preparing to take the tail pieces, he has been doing so much. This person reminded her so much of him. She was speaking about Yaiko, the one that brought them all together, the one that never made it. Yaiko was someone that she loved, without a doubt. The news of this individual known as Naruto Uzumaki swept through the nation like a storm. At first, people believed that he was just a random, homicidal maniac. But unlike many, the Akatsuki have very deep-rooted ways of gathering information, and they did. Konan was able to see it, the pattern, the people that he went after, what they were wrapped up in. But it wasn't just that. She visited a few of these places. Children were returned home back to their mothers, fathers back to their family. He saved hundreds in just small villages alone. The more she went, the more the number increased drastically. Little by little, he was bringing so much peace and prosperity. Konan found herself fascinated with him. Never meeting him or seeing him face to face, but she spoke to so many people that did come across him. And not a single one of them said a bad thing, except for those who were horrible human beings. She found herself bringing this up to Nagato. She found herself talking to him about the situation, trying to show him a path that they probably did not see. This had to do with her distrust of the one known as Madara Uchiha, at least the one pretending to be. Konan did not trust him in the slightest. He has come in and corrupted the organization, corrupted her friend. She hated that. She despised that. Konan wanted to break free away from him, as she believed that this Naruto individual was the answer. He was the answer that they were searching for. His outlook on life, the changes that he's brought. With more power, they could change it from a one man to a literal army that was literally unstoppable. Unfortunately though, Nagato did not see her ideals with this individual. He did not see it in the slightest. Her goal was to get him on the organization, believing that he would be able to help them in ways that they haven't received help before. However, Nagato pointed out, given his pattern, did she really believe he would join them? But as she spoke about changing the world for the better, she heard about the things that he did, the massacres that he committed in the name of justice and peace. So she believed that he would. All they had to do was find him. Unfortunately though, the news came out on who he truly was. And the news came out on what he contained. Now that was bad. Really, really bad. Danzo Shinmura, without even knowing it, caused drastic changes. He wanted them to go after Naruto, but he wasn't that much aware of the organization. Konan stepped into the room months after. Nagato gazed towards her. He knew that she knew. She had been obsessed with this individual, speaking about his exploits like he was some kind of god, when he was the only god around here. But Konan did not see it as obsession. She just saw someone that reminded her so much of him. Nagato got angry when she said that. This person was nothing like Yaiko. They shouldn't try to take away Yaiko's ideology by trying to imprint someone else on him. That is how Nagato saw it. However, they had no choice now. He was the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. He shall be captured by the organization. The beast inside of him would be used for good. If he really wanted to protect the people of the world, the children, he would willingly hand himself over. Just like that, the talk of getting him to join the organization turned into a talk of hunting him. Yes. And with the recent information, things took a bad turn. Flashback. Konan killed the White Zetsu spawns. The leader organized Zetsu together. Information on where the kids were. The Raikage did what they would do to drag Naruto out. So yes, with the kidnapping of the children and the caretakers, White Zetsu spawns were spread all over the mountain region. Konan arrived to see them. She slaughtered them without hesitation, stopping them from going back to inform to the others. With that, she took the children and the caretakers away from the place. And then she handed them over. She left without saying anything. This was her first true time seeing him. He even looked like Yaiko, she thought to herself. She refused to believe that it was some obsession. However, it wasn't about love or any feelings, it was about what he was doing. For so long, for so many years, she believed that she was doing right. However, the day that she saw him do what he do, well, in terms of hearing it from the people, was the day that she realized just how bad her own village was. She had went to the village that he had saved. The way they spoke about him, the way the children's eyes light up. Yet as she returned back to the land of rain, she saw the rain pouring. She saw children. She saw people sad, hungry. She remembered Yaiko's words. He wanted to save the land of rain, to bring them peace, protection. She started questioning herself right there. And over the months that took by, this just got worse and worse and worse and worse. Thus she made her choice to save the children, so Zetsu would not hate them. Knowing that was a violation, knowing that was a traitorous act, but she did it. She did it. Nagato, he trusted her. Not even for the slightest did he believe that she would ever do something like this, so no one was watching her, not in the slightest. And given that she can fly, she can cover distances rather easily, making sure that she would know where he was the most. A paper clone had left behind, observing and watching. The more she watched, the more she saw. He did not care anything else about, not even himself. She heard about the destruction. As she stood with the others, days had passed since the attack. She stood with the others hearing about what happened to the land of lightning, what happened to Kumo, how he risked his life, put his life on the line, how he was willing to sacrifice everything to save the children, to bring peace to the people that deserve it. Konan, she was snapped out of her thoughts. The meeting had already concluded. Nagato questioning, is there something she would like to say? Seems like there was something brewing on her mind. However, she told him no. I know that you wish to see this one a part of the organization because you believe he's some kind of savior. But you know what we have to do. You know our mission. You know our goal. Yes, I understand, she said. Konan, she paused, gazing over her shoulder. He looked at her. No words need to be said. It was a gaze of trust. He knew she would not do anything to betray him. They could communicate without words. They've known each other for a long time, but he saw something within her eyes. Doubt, hesitation, and that concerned him. Time skip. Are you really sure you want to be here? Naruto questioned Jiraiya. After what he's done, things are different now. Before, he went after the daimyo, which was a very dangerous crime, but this time, he went after Akagi and their entire shinobi forces. Jiraiya released a heavy breath. The both of them stand observing the scenery. I warned him. I told him what would happen, but he wouldn't listen. And now, there's so much going on there. They're afraid of you, Jiraiya said. Terrified. The borders are currently being closed. Their village has suffered a great loss. And they don't want enemy forces using this opportunity to try and overcome them. What about the Raikage? Naruto questioned, knowing that Jiraiya had a lot of ways of gathering information, unavailable to most. He's a very prideful man. Along with his entire village, he believed that you stood no chance. I can assure you that what you did really struck his pride hard. I'm not sure what is going to follow after this, but it's either going to be more than you ever imagined or less than you think. It can go either way. But Right now, you've just concluded yourself to be one of the most dangerous person in the entire nation. Going up against an entire village and surviving. Besting their leader, humiliating their leader and their people. The target on your head is going to go up drastically. But there's one thing for certain though. No one would come after these kids. No one's gonna touch them, Jiraiya said. They've seen what you did. While the information about the kidnapping is small, extremely, I'm sure others will know. But I doubt they will make a move. Naruto gazed outwards. I ran into a member of the organization known as the Akatsuki. Jiraiya was stunned. You know about them. You're not the only one that is able to get information, said Naruto. A powerful group of rogue ninjas. Itachi Uchiha, an S-rank criminal from Konoha, is a part of this group. And several others. I heard that Orochimaru was also a part of it, but he left. If they're all S-rank ninjas, I can only imagine who's controlling them all. I've been wondering the same thing. However, I've got some rather bad information I was going to look into to see if it was real. I believe that they're out for something bigger. Something more dangerous. What's that? Jiraiya looked at Naruto. Time skip. Naruto was alone, meditating with his eyes closed. The world was still trying to settle. After what happened, after the massacre that took place. Naruto expected a visit sooner or later, but this was quick. She descended from the sky. Her ability to fly made her rather dangerous in many ways. She landed. Naruto still had his eyes closed. Konan stood there. However, the next moment all she saw was a blur. Konan was a powerful kunoichi. One of the most powerful in the world right now, and yet she was blitzed into the wall. As Naruto's blade unsheathed, he placed it towards her throat. If you go after these children, for the sake of the beast inside of me, I'll kill every last one of you, he said to her. Wait, she said, looking at him. I'm not after you, she said. Why should I believe you? Why haven't you killed me yet, she asks. Because you got them away from harm, said Naruto. Knowing that I was coming, knowing that their leader was in danger, the Kumo ninjas might have done something rash and stupid. But you saved every last one of them. And that's why you're not dead yet, said Naruto. So tell me why? Why did you do it? Before I answer your question, I want you to answer one of mine, she said. And what is that? What drives you, she said. What pushed you to do the things that you do? What pushed you to put your life on the line? What pushed you to know that you're one of the most wanted men in the world, and yet you still go around saving innocents, bringing a feeling of such care and understanding that despite what you did, people still see you as a hero, knowing that the ones that you killed were the enemy. Tell me, what is it, she said. Naruto saw it within her eyes. The answer that she seek, the desperation, the cling. She needed to know. He didn't even know this woman as he looked at her. He removed his blade and turned his back, once again showing that he had no ounce of fear, or perhaps he just believed that he was that much stronger than her, despite not seeing what she was capable of. For saving the children, I'll answer your question, said Naruto. She straightened herself up. Naruto's senses were intensely heightened with the Kurtan energy, and he could feel the woman. He could understand her by her gaze. Not everything, but he knew that she truly meant no harm. That is why he turned his back. I was a slave. Like many of these children that are taken from their homes and forced to do unspeakable things. Every single day, I hated my life. Time and time again. I wanted it all to be over, but something kept on pushing me. I met someone that meant the world to me. And when she died, I thought I died as well. Perhaps a part of me did. She told me about a dream that she had. She wanted a place where she can take in children, similar to them, so that no one would ever feel that pain again. I thought her idea was stupid back then. Why should I be concerned about others like myself when I have myself to worry about? But she taught me compassion, understanding. She taught me how to accept this pain, to not let it control me, said Naruto. So young yet so wise. And I took her dream, said Naruto. I made it a reality. At first I believed I was just doing this for her. But I soon realized I wasn't. Seeing the look in their eyes, when they know that they're safe, when they know that they're protected, when they know that they no longer have to suffer anymore. That is why I do it. For the children. But it's not all, said Naruto. A part of me wants the others to know. The monsters in the world that I'm no longer that weak, feeble boy that I once was. At first I was struggling with this ideology, believing that myself was a monster, because I just wanted them to hurt. But I still love the children, seeing them so happy, bringing them back. The joy that it gave me, said Naruto. Naruto was an honest person. He meant his word when he said that he would tell her the truth, because she saved the children. When he looked back at her, her eyes were wide. When she looked at Naruto this time though, the image of Yaiko blurred away into him. As she looked at him, not as she thought he was just someone like Yaiko, but he was that and something else. And it surprised her. The compassion, the selflessness. It truly shocked her. You seem surprised, Naruto said. It's hard to find people like you in the world anymore, she said. Yeah, I suppose it is. The children have been asking for you. Do you like to see them, said Naruto. She was confused. Why? Why would you trust me? From what you said earlier, you know about the organization more than you should. Why let me into a place that I can use to harm you? She genuinely doesn't understand. The children, you were safe with them. They felt safe with you. They said that you came in. The caretakers told me that you comforted them, telling them that everything was safe. And even from here I can tell that you mean no harm to a single one of them. I can tell that you're conflicted on what you should do. Follow your own ideology or follow your organization. But that doesn't mean that this will affect the children in any way, said Naruto. After all, if you people want me dead, fine. Come after me for the tail beasts. That is your opinion. But the children have nothing to do with this. Konan looked towards him, shocked, trying so hard to understand him. But majority of what he does was for the benefit of others. When she got there was no hesitation as majority of them rushed up to her. Konan had been sealing off her emotions for the longest time now, especially at her home. She doesn't have the luxury of act in the way that she wanted, because she doesn't really have a life. Her goal was simple: follow Nagato's dream, do as she was told, bring Nagato's dream to a reality. However, she never thought of herself as a person, as a woman with feelings and emotions. She stopped thinking of herself as that a long time ago. Yes. But now, around these kids, just like before, she was able to act like a normal human being. She wanted to be a mother, but she believed that her time has passed. Not in terms of her age, of course not, but her life, her situation. It simply was not possible for her. However, she was able to let her guard down around these children. They were so sweet, so nice. Majority of them going through so much trauma that it affected them gravely, and yet, look at them now. They've changed so much. She did not even realize how late it really was as the time went by. She had to go, saying goodbye to them. As she met up back with Naruto, who had been watching her. "You have nothing to fear from me. No one will learn of this place," she said to him. "You wouldn't have been in here if I already did not know that," said Naruto. She walked with him as the both of them stopped towards the cliff area. She gazed downwards. "You're right. The Akatsuki does seek the beast that is inside of you. And they will hunt you. And they are strong. They are powerful," she said. "You might have survived Kumo, but you will not survive them." As she hesitated, Naruto turned to face her as he stepped forward. She took a step back. But the wall was there. The wall that Naruto had been sitting on earlier. "Do you not wish to kill me as well?" he said. "After all, it is your organization, but your words make it seem like it is theirs." She just realized that she was actually doing that. "Yes, I'm a part of the organization, but the things that you've done. At first, I wanted them to recruit you," she said. "But I cannot betray my people. I cannot betray my friend. I'm just giving you a warning that you can't fight them. They're too strong. So what must I do? Should I simply give up?" For that, she had no answers as she looked away. Naruto reached up and cuffed her chin, making her look up at him. Naruto was not doing this in an intimate way at all, but the way it came off was rather intimate, given how close he was to her. "As long as I still have something to live for, I will not die, no matter what. You said that it was rare to know that people like me in the world still exist. But you telling me about your group, because you understand that my ideology and my goal to save these innocent people is something rare as well," said Naruto. "So I'm not the only one." She looked into his eyes. As Naruto, he didn't have his blindfold on. Through the entire conversation, she did not look in his eyes once. But now she was truly looking into his eyes. He had it on when she first arrived, but he took it off. When they came back up here, she was astonished. She felt like she was lost in a vast empty void, filled with nothing but wonder and delight. She pushed away though. "I have to go," she said. No explanation as she quickly took off to the heavens, feeling unsure how she felt. She had to be loyal to her group, had to be loyal to her friend. What was she thinking, she thought, as she made her way off? Naruto watched her leave. not thinking the same way that she was, not in the slightest. Time skip. Konoha welcomed their new Hokage, Tsunade Senju, the new leader of the village. It took a lot to convince her to return. Hiruzen Tobi finally got what he wanted, to retire, and Tsunade Senju finally was able to accept a lot of her trauma. Naruto actually helped with that, despite not being there. Jiraiya spoke about him. Well, she knew who he was. The whole world knew who he was. Right now everyone was curious. What would be the next move of Kumo? How would they retaliate? How would they move? No one had any idea what was about to happen. But it's either going to be really big or really small. Everyone just had to wait and see what was going to take place. Time skip. Sasuke Uchiha was upset. Gravely so. Sasuke did not know Naruto personally, but knowing that he hailed from Konoha before he became this powerful made Sasuke felt a way. He was angered. The curse mark that was once on him was now gone, since Naruto had made sure that Orochimaru would never return. The curse mark was no longer there. Yes, it was gone. He had felt so much more powerful, but now his strength had returned. He was weaker. Sasuke believed in that. Perhaps this village was not the way. But how would he get the help that he desired? He had no one that would go above the limit and beyond, as he sat alone within the dark. However, Sasuke watches something strange happen. A twist. A tear in the space in front of him. Sasuke Uchiha was caught off guard as someone emerged out of thin air, stepping out. Immediately he jumped off the bed. Who the hell are you? He questioned. The person stepped up with an orange mask and revealed his eye. Your salvation, he said. Meanwhile, Kabuto Yakuji. Kabuto had survived all of the chaos, running away, living through the death, the massacre of the Sound 4, when they tried to stop Naruto from getting to Orochimaru. Kabuto had survived. He had returned and rallied the forces. Kabuto decided that he was no longer the background character. It was about time that he became the main center stage. As he was sweating, a strange liquid pouring into his hand, he was transforming. At the land of rain, it was night time as Konoha was celebrating their new Hokage arrival. Kumo was quiet. The Akatsuki, they were making sure that they were prepared for everything. The hunt was on. After all, having him out there without any backup, anyone to help him, he would be easy to retrieve in terms of finding him. Then again, they were having a difficult time. She stood by herself, gazing through her window, her night clothing hugging her rather beautiful form as she gazed through the window. Naruto had not described her to Jiraiya. Perhaps if he did, Jiraiya would have put 2 and 2 together, even though that would have been hard. Then again, he wasn't as moronic as he looked. But she did not think of that either. She remembered his eyes, the way he made her look into his eyes. She shrugged the thought off. The right thing to do right now was to tell Nagato everything, but here she stood conflicted as she gazed, unaware that, standing on the tower, as the heavens cry, the rain fall, Tendo gazed at his village. Konan, actions. They were suspicious. Nothing will jeopardize his plan. And him being the leader, him being in control for so long, he did not hesitate to find out what was going on. She will be watched. As Naruto sat alone once again, focused on his power, growing mentally and physically, unaware how much shit was going to come his way. So much. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next part, just comment down below and tell me. I'll post it as soon as possible. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.